Morning, everyone, or hello, everyone. Hmm, yeah, different times all over the world, which is so interesting, isn't it? It snowed. It did. Yes, we had snow. Not quite as much as we were told we were going to have, and about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches. And then it rained, and it was relatively warm, and it wasn't too cold last night, so it froze a little bit, but not too bad. So I have a feeling the snow will be all gone in a day or two again. So unless it snows some more. And interesting, my son-in-law went to the store before it snowed, and he says, "Oh, it's crazy there again. Everybody's stocking up for what exactly? It's just where do we live here? Kind of in town, a little city. I mean, the roads were clear, completely clear. Okay, all right. And people are just freak out over an inch and a half of snow. I wonder what it would do in other places where, like I grew up with you know, couple of yards of snow. The banks on the side, they were really high. You could, as kids, we climb up the snow mountains on the side of the road and slide down on it. Anyway, and the Swiss drivers are wild. They're wild drivers, even in the snow. I noticed that when I would go back kind of in the wintertime and there would be still snow and here we would all be crawling on the road, and here these Swiss people choo choo going on. Where are the accidents? I don't know. Maybe they're just used to it. So. But anyway, so again, people just nuts and crazy, going crazy and stocking up and on what exactly for a couple of days. Okay, just saying. Anyway, so let's just get going straight away. I have to go take care of my little one again. Ugh, my gosh, I'm so enjoying my time with her. It is so rewarding. This is the first time that from tiny on, till now, I get to be a part of one of my grandchildren's lives, and as a grandma, and where there isn't all this other stuff that I had to do while my children were growing up. So I just get to see everything. Every little change, that happens in her. Oh, she's a demanding little thing. Oh, dear me. She sits there in her chair while we're eating, and I made chopchae yesterday. She's so verbal. I made chopchae yesterday. Oh, it was so good. And she got to have it's perfectly fine, or her age, 9 months old, to have rice noodles or glass. Oh, but they weren't rice noodles. What am I saying? They're glass noodles. Glass noodles are made from sweet potato starch, and it's perfectly fine for a baby to have that, including the sesame oil on it. So that's kind of what before you put the noodles into the rest of the stir fry. So we kept some of it out. Oh, she loved it. She loved it. Yeah, yes, there you go. She loves just about any kind of food that you give her. She not quite ready for dairy yet. I could tell that, and it's not like she's getting milk or whatever. But we tried some cottage cheese and some yogurt. Even the yogurt, I find that she does not respond very well to that yet. So, and she's only being given a little bit at a time just to see. And no, we'll have to wait on the dairy stuff, including the cheese. Otherwise, which she also had little bits, just to see. And it says, oh, it's okay, but nope, I can tell her system is not ready for that. So again, am I going to or are the parents here just going to go buy? Oh, but she can have that. So even if she doesn't, yep, her system doesn't digest it well, we're just going to give it to her anyway because it says that she can have it. Right? No, they're not like that. We watch her and see, oh, no, she's not responding well to that. And one way is that they vomit a little more, or this or that, and then they're not digesting stuff well. Anyway, but no problem with the japchae noodles. Yes, the glass noodles, which, ugh, I found a really simple. It's a japchae is complicated to make. This and that, and I found again. I guess there's people out there and say no, it doesn't have to be that complicated. Yes, and found a guy with under 13 minutes. Yeah, made that whole dish and simplified it, and it tasted just like what you get in a Korean restaurant. I'm not kidding, or how I've made it before with my Korean friends. Anyway, so it's very, very good. Everybody loved it, and my son-in-law says, "Got to get on our menu." Yes, he's never had it before, never had glass noodles before. He loved it. So, of course, my children, my grandchildren, they've had it before because that's one thing that I have made, love making. Okay, but hadn't made it in a while, so I did go for a recipe and says, "Oh, I want to make this really good." Yes, and it came out just fabulous. Loved it. And we didn't make it with pork; we had beef, so we made it with beef. It's very, very good. Today we're going to have bean and cheese burritos. I try to every once in a while, or once in a while, try it at least once or twice a week to incorporate something without meat. Yes. Okay. So that's what we're having today. And instead of the tortilla chips, I have some sweet potatoes left over, and I'm going to make some sweet potato chips to go with it. Oh. Yes, there. And I already have the beans. I cook a bunch of pinto beans all at the same time, and then I freeze some, and then all I have to do is just take it out. And yes, though now that I've learned how to use their new pressure cooker, dried beans can be cooked very quickly. Yes, and they're done. On the stove, it can take hours and hours and hours and hours. Anyway, so there you go. All right, so let's get going here. In the book of Proverbs, we're in 3. How to acquire wisdom. All right, I'll say ahead of time. So how do you acquire wisdom? Number 1, by not just believing everything that you hear out there about everybody else's problems, this and that, and kind of just use some common sense when it comes to many, many, many different things. Yes? Okay. That's how you acquire wisdom, in my opinion. My child, do not forget my teaching. Let your heart keep my principles. Whose child? Who's talking here? Solomon. Since they will increase your length of days, your years of life, and your well-being. Let faithful love and constancy never leave you. Tie them round your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Thus you will find favor and success in the sight of God and of people. Trust wholeheartedly in Yahweh, but no faith in your own perception. Put no faith in your own perception. Why not? Acknowledge him in every course you take, and he will see that your paths are smooth. Well, doesn't that mean that you have to kind of put some faith in your own perception? That does not make sense to me. Do not congratulate yourself on your own wisdom. Fear Yahweh and turn your back on evil. I don't know what that means. Do not congratulate yourself on your own wisdom. I know what it means, but it doesn't make any sense. I don't remember congratulating myself on what do they call them? You have a epiphany, right? I mean, I always attributed that to, well, it had to come from somewhere, right? Yeah. But oftentimes this kind of stuff comes from your own heart to mind. So I'm not sure what that exactly means. Do not congratulate yourself on your own wisdom. What? So if other people congratulate me on my wisdom, I say, wow, that was very wise. Is that okay? Just saying. Then that's okay. Well, again, we know the next line is fear Yahweh and turn your back on evil. Yes. When it comes to stuff like this, I like to look evil in the eye when it comes down to it. Do it, turn my back on it per se, that I won't follow it. I'm not going to agree on things where I'm going, but that's not right. Done. I guess in a way, when you know yourself well enough, and when you I don't know, I mean, when you understand certain things, you become a bit of a rebel, I guess. When it comes to many different things, it's kind of how I feel like reading all this. Right? Yeah, I'm a bit of a rebel. I'm going, no, I'm not just going to believe this. I'm not going to just go with that. One thing that I constantly or often mention is that if it is not for everyone all around the world, if the principles in this net does not stand for everyone, if the fairness, if the equality isn't there for everyone, then I'm not satisfied. Right? If it's just for the few, I'm not satisfied. If a country thinks that they are it and the rest of them have to follow, then that's not it. That's not it for me. I'm not satisfied. Do you know what I mean? So, and I believe that is also the view of our heavenly parent. Yes? No, you're special in my eyes in your own way, but so is everybody else. Yes? Yeah, just saying. No, I'm not going to fear God. I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that. Why? So then one can make excuses for all kinds of things. Oh, anyway. Done with that. Health giving this to your body. Relief to your bones. Honor Yahweh with what goods you have. And with the first fruits of all your produce. It's written by kings who need what? From the people. Though, again, I know how this is in here, and who wrote it, and who, and it was given to the people in this way, you know. Oh yeah, so Solomon's so wise. No, he's just a good businessman. On top of that, okay. But the thing is on just about anything that I've ever made the first time, is it crafts, or food, or growing food, the first of my harvest, I often, if not always, give away to someone. Yes? No higher ups, but yes. And it is kind of a give and take with the bounty that you enjoy from your own labor, the fruits of your own labor, and then share it. Yes, that's a great thing. It makes you really, that really is good for your soul. That's what I've found. Then your barns will be filled with corn, your vats overflowing with new wine. My child, do not scorn correction from Yahweh. Do not resent his reproof. And how does anybody know that there is a scorn or correction from God and reproof? Who does that? We're good at that. Not doing it to everybody else out there. I have never experienced that from God myself. For Yahweh reproves those he loves, as a father the child whom he loves. Okay, I think that last part, one could also look at, since we are created in the image of God and we have a conscience, common sense, what did I say in another video? Be honest with yourself. Yes, and say, that wasn't good. I need to change that. That's not quite going in the right direction. Got to change something there too. So yeah, is there we reprove ourselves. If we can do that, we can really truly take a look at ourselves and be honest with ourselves when it comes to many different things. Then what? Then that last part, I would say, yeah, okay, and there is a part of our heavenly parent within us, and there it is. Right? That's the guidance that we're getting. A lot of it, if we are really true to ourselves, comes from ourselves through, yes, the part that we all represent here of God on earth. Yes? Okay, just saying. All right. There was one more thing. It keeps being on my mind, so I'm going to just mention it. Uh, I've been watching, I found another hoarder uh, uh, series, but it's a little different. Hey, wait a minute, am I done yet? Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, so I'm going to mention it anyway. Okay, I'm going to keep going, and then if I remember it, because I got dogs whining in front of the door, which annoys me. It's cold out there, but I have a feeling my daughter is up. She's going to work, so we should probably let him back in. The joys of wisdom. So let's keep going. If I still remember it afterwards, then I'll tell it. The joys of wisdom. Blessed are those who have discovered wisdom, those who have acquired understanding. Gaining her is more rewarding than silver. Oh, gaining. Where did I see that R? Gaining her is more rewarding than silver. Her yield is more valuable than gold. I don't know why wisdom is addressed here in a feminine form. I have no idea where that came from. She is beyond the price of pearls. Nothing you could covet is her equal. In her right hand is length of days. In her left hand, riches and honor. Her ways are filled with delight. Her paths all lead to contentment. She is a tree of life for those who hold her fast. Those who cling to her live happy lives. Okay. In wisdom, Yahweh laid the earth's foundation. In understanding, he spread out the heavens. Through his knowledge, the depths were cleft open, and the clouds distilled the dew. Wow, so they knew that at that time? Interesting. My child, hold to sound advice and prudence. Never let them out of sight. They will give to you life to your soul and beauty to your neck. You will go on your way in safety. Your feet will not stumble. When you go to bed, you will not be afraid. Once in bed, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear either of sudden terror or of attack mounted by wicked men. Since Yahweh will be your guarantor, he will keep your steps from the snare. Really? Just because you what have understanding of wisdom, understanding of stuff, and discovered wisdom? Yeah, is that right, Solomon? I'm assuming it was Solomon who wrote all this. Refuse no kindness to those who have a right to it. Refuse no kindness to. Did you just hear that? Refuse no kindness to those who have a right to it. So what? If you're kind to someone that what everyone thinks they don't deserve it. Who makes that choice again? Wisdom shouldn't have any limitations. That's limiting oneself. Yes? Okay. Or, good excuse again. If it is in your power to perform it. Do not say to your neighbor, go away, come another time. I will give it to you tomorrow if you can do it now. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who is living unsuspecting beside you. All right, all right. It's just this whole thing. The way this sounds it's so again. Make up your mind. Which way do you want to go? Do not pick a groundless quarrel with anyone who has done you no harm. Do not envy the man of violence. Never model your conduct on his. All right, the joys of wisdom. Well, I have to I agree with that. Why? Okay, some people just like to fight and argue. For the willful wrongdoer is abhorrent to Yahweh, who confides only in the honest. Yahweh's curse lies on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the upright. He mocks those who mock, but accords He mocks those who mock. Why, you really? God, this says right here that doing this for the reputation of God as well, that God would actually lower himself, say, oh, you mocked others, so I'm going to mock you. That's what God does? Wow, what a great example. No, you don't mock. Period. One doesn't do that. But accords his favor to the humble. Glory is the portion of the wise. All that fools inherit is contempt. Okay. That's the end of 3. Yeah. Okay, all right. So I do remember again. 3 is done. I'm not sure who would actually gain any kind of wisdom or understand, or I'm not sure what the guidance of all that is. Maybe someone would find guidance in all that, and there is some. Okay, don't be mean to people. Just don't. Always try to be understanding and kind and this and that. Don't start fights. For no or know when to use wisdom to know when to pick a fight. Is it really necessary to even do that? Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, your unsuspecting neighbor. You- Treat your neighbors well. They're unsuspecting of you. If they're okay, well, do I have to worry about them? Okay, all right. Yeah. Again, this is so weird to me. This is like fallible. Well, why would my neighbor have anything to worry about me? I want them to trust me. I want them to be unsuspecting. Yes, okay. Unsuspecting means they would trust me, or whoever, and so make sure that you don't uh, dishonor that, right? Yes. Anyway, so that's in a way good, but the way it is in there kind of sounds weird to me. It doesn't sound quite right. The unsuspecting neighbor. So be good. Use your wisdom to be good. uh, so hoarding, buried alive, I think it's called. It's on. I can't remember which channel. Anyway, and I started watching that, and I actually liked that one almost better than the other one because in this one, the people have to really make the effort to clean up on their own and find a reason to do so. So I like that. And there's this one that came up, and he lives in a one bedroom, 1.5 bedroom apartment or something, and it's just overloaded with things, and he has all these other psychological problems supposedly, and one of them is uh, like social anxiety or something. So he doesn't go out. And he sits in front of the computer all day and does this or that. And I'm going, no, he doesn't have. What if he didn't have the computer or the internet? Would he still be not social? Would he still not go out? Okay, so this is not someone that had a social disorder since little. This developed. And how did it develop exactly? Through what? Well, what if, as I said, the first thing one would do is take the computer away. Well, now you have to go out. See ya. If you want to have any kind of communication with anyone. Right? So this is like a self-inflicted. It's an addiction. The computer, the cell phones, the internet, the whatever people are doing on there, right? And the one thing this guy did is he liked to go on the auction stuff, as I said, the gambling site, right? And get all this stuff that was started to fill up his place. That is unopened, and it has all this old stuff. And okay, just saying. So it's like no, he doesn't have it's an addiction, and it's too the internet and what the internet has to offer. Right? So no, he's not antisocial. It's he's just too lazy to go out and go get a cup of coffee at a coffee shop and talk to someone. Too lazy to go and visit friends. Right? Yes, his house looks so bad, or his apartment, that he can't have anybody over. Nobody can sit anywhere. Right? I'm just saying. Right? I don't consider that a okay. They call it a disorder or this or that. I'm going, no. This is all stuff that happens because of something that they're more interested in. So now it's like, oh no, I don't talk to people anymore. I don't want to go out, because of what? Because they can't tear themselves away from what? Okay, all right, yes, okay. Then supposedly also he has a OCD kind of washing his hands 20 times a day. And I'm going, yeah, I'll probably wash my hands even more than that because I'm constantly getting food for the little one, this or that, and with the dogs, and then and then washing the dishes. And okay, so what? I'd say any mother washes their hands at least 20 times a day as well, right? Yes, you're just not counting because it's a normal thing for us to do so. And I thought, well, yeah, look at his place. I'd be probably washing my hands every time I touch anything. Yes? Because these hoarders, what happens is, even if they're not dirty people per se, they can't clean. You can't clean anymore, right? Around all this stuff. Then stuff starts to happen in the house, right? Yes? Then they leave some food laying around on top. Yeah, okay, just saying. So, what, does he really have that disorder where, you're like a germaphobe or something? Or is it more, everything's so gross here, so I should go wash my hands so I don't get sick? Okay, just saying, right? Yes? So, interesting. Right? Interesting to me, but I'm watching him going, we're not going to go and say, oh, yeah, he really has a problem. I'm going, yeah, but how is the problem being addressed? Yes? Yeah, you should be washing your hands 30 times a day. Anytime you touch anything in your house, because it's pretty nasty. Anyway, so there it is. It's a good show, though. Again, for me, more to just learn about people. Yes. I was really touched by another one where a grandma's taking care of her grandchildren now because the daughter, I don't know, sounds like drugs and jail and whatever. Rehab, who knows? And her house is pretty bad, and she got someone to come in and talk to her. So that's what they do. They have someone come in and talk to them and say, okay, you got this problem, and this is what you can do. So they have a desire. She had a desire to set up for her 7-year-old grandson a bedroom. There was one, but it was filled up with stuff. She had a couple of friends come in, but she had a vision. So they had a couple of friends come in and help her do that, and she did. And the boy was so happy to have his own room. And the other one is really little still, so that one's fine to be in her room still. And I'm hoping that, and then that's what they showed, and she was so happy that she got that done. It becomes so overwhelming, right, for these people when I need to clean up and they don't know where to start. And then instead of doing that, they just buy more stuff. And that's that kind of their, weird thing going. And she was so happy. She was so happy, and everybody else was. I was happy. I was just in tears again, and I'm going, "No, my gosh, she did it! I'm so proud. I was so proud of her, right? Out of her own strength. It wasn't other people coming in and cleaning up and saying, "Okay, keep it like this now." Right? She did it out of her own strength, and I think that's a good start for her to get going on another room, for example, right? Yes, because she's done it now. Anyway. Then they had, in the other hoarder thing, they had about 3 episodes in the last season where they went back to check and see how the ones that they helped out, how they did. 1 out of about 10. 1 did great. She did great. I was so happy for her as well to see, and she was so happy. She was just, her whole demeanor, her whole person was different. Yes, and It's great to see that. One out of 10 managed to not start hoarding again and get the place looking just as bad again. Yeah, one. Yes. It was a younger person too, which I was really happy about. So, yeah. Anyway, so there it is, right? Yeah. Good. One is better than none. Yes. So, uh, anyway, yeah, I know, right? What do I watch? Oh, found another show, which I'm doing right now as well. When I have a little time, I check out all kinds of recipes to see if I could do it better or if there's a faster way to do it. And I found one that's called Cooking Around the World or something, and it's all women so far that I've seen. And the first one is a lady from, what's her name? Natalie from Argentina. And she made cured meat, and she used beef. She used duck. I don't have any duck, so I used some beef. I wanted to try it. I've never seen how it was done before, really. And I knew it was you cure meat with a lot of salt, and then it takes a long time. She does it in 24 hours. I was like, what? It's a lot of brown sugar and a lot of salt. Anyway, so I thought, I'm going to try that with a couple of pieces. Yes, so they're sitting in the fridge right now. So all you do is you get a bunch of brown sugar, okay, a bunch, and salt, and then you mix that up, and then you take your 2 pieces of meat, and I cut mine in about maybe this thick and this long, like steaks, and then you layer the brown sugar and the salt on the bottom of a pan or dish. Put the meat in, and then cover it up, and then you put it in the fridge for 24 hours, and then it's cured and edible. I want to try it out, see how it comes out. Anyways, I'm trying that as well. Maybe I should have watched the video one more time, but I had to kind of hurry with the meat. So, anywho, that's all I have to share this morning. It's going to be another happy day. Oh, happy day. Yes. One can. I think another thing that requires wisdom is it is up to us to make every moment a happy moment. Yes? A moment of, well, I choose that moment. I choose that moment. I choose that minute, that 30 minutes, that hour, the whole day, a whole week to be happy, regardless. Yes? Happy, being happy and gleeful is 2 different things to me, right? Yes. Happy is just balanced. Stay balanced. Yes. Stay balanced and content. And yeah. All right. One thing it did say in that last one. Work with what you have. Yes. Work with what you got. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all another time.